Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are drafting the Eliminator. All right, I don't know what that was, other than pretty fun for me. But yes, we got 6 people left. We just came off or about the Touts episode. Got to be fired up. Got to talk about how some of the stuff in the contest has been going. It's cathartic. It was good to let it out. But we're here now. We're in a great place. I really should have waited to start the stream because I kind of need to go to the bathroom. But no one's here yet. So while we're waiting for 6 people, I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom. Let's see if this StreamYard comment feature works. Who knows? Alrighty. So the stream did not die, nor did the draft end. I can go and do some quality assurance tests. Now, oh no, I mistyped the title. Oh, embarrassing. Let's fix that. There we go. SYTYCT, not YCY. Ugh, embarrassing. Ah, yes, it does actually show up in the chat. If I type it on the StreamYard side. This is cool. Okay. It boggles my mind every time I look at StreamYard how ungodly expensive this is. Absolutely crazy. Hey, Angry Dragon, good to see you, man. Going to be what? Going to be leaving? Going to be who you will be? Going to Applebee's, perhaps? One might say. Who knows? But I appreciate it. Really, the only thing I want the odds in my favor for right now is filling this draft. Nothing gets between me and being able to stream drafts, like not being able to fill drafts. I wish the Eliminator was as popular as Best Ball Mania, because then I could actually get these drafts to fill in more than 2 minutes, in less than 2 minutes. Ugh. Here I was thinking as the season went on, I'd be less old man shaking my fist at a cloud about filling fast Eliminator drafts, but it's not gotten better. If anything, it's gotten worse. I say that fully knowing that it was really awful in May. It probably was not feasible to try streaming Eliminators in May. I'm shocked that I was able to do anything with it because it's just awful. Just trying to fill them, much less do anything with them. I keep forgetting. I need to make slow draft picks. The joy of being in 1,000 little Dalmatian slows. Alrighty. So, started with a 4-4 build here in the little Dalmatian. Love Henderson, Pollard, Corum. We need an adult in this room. Psychic agrees. And receivers JSN, AJ Brown, Waddle, Metcalf. Yeah, we need an adult in this running back room. Although I'm not sure I want to pick Rachaad White this early. That doesn't feel great. Especially when we have a perfectly cromulent Bo Nix to take. Ah, my parents have just walked in. Hello, parents. It's good to see y'all. Oh, they're coming in. Hello, that's my mother. She's on the stream, ducking in. Eliminators at 10 and 12. So we got to make these picks quickly. A 1-5-2 build. Always what we like to see. Becoming a running back, bro. Psychic says George Kittle. I will be taking 0 George Kittle this year. Thank you very much. So you know what? Why not take Kyler Murray? Wide receivers can't hurt me if I don't let them. Wide receivers aren't real. They can't hurt me. Hum-de-dum. Doop-a-doop-a. Da-doop-a-ba. Still at 10 to 12 in the Eliminator. Jesus. We got Harold Fannin here at tight end. I love Harold Fannin. Harold Fannin makes my heart happy. So we're going to pick him. Oh, we're at the turn here. And it wants Drake May, which I think is reasonable. I agree. I like Drake May. And yeah, a lot of people in this range. I think just doubling down on quarterback seems good. Like, why not? Why not just take Prescott? Why not just take Dak? Maybe Dak falls back to us. Unlikely, but non-zero. Is this a lemon wide receiver room? Yeah, it could be. Why not? Yeah, I'm not as over-indexed in non-BBM contests as I am in BBM contests, so that should be fine. It wants running backs. I mean, I guess Jonathan Brooks isn't awful. Sure. I'm much more likely to just capitulate to the sidekick on these non-eliminator drafts. Much more likely. And our eliminator has filled. Where are we? Looks like we're at the 11 hole. No, we're at the 12 hole. Disaster. I hate the 12 hole in the eliminator. So we'll make these picks quick because we'll have a little bit of time. And so this is... yeah. Chuba Hubbard. I guess. If you insist. And this is... let me guess. Quarterback, probably Dart. I'm sorry, you want me to take Kyler Murray over Jackson Dart despite having Malik Neighbors on this team? That is the most sidekick-ass thing I've ever seen in my life. No, absolutely not. I will not be taking... no, why would I do that? Awful. Do I really have 33% Harold Fannin? That's ridiculous. I love it. Let me see. Non-eliminator, NFL season, exposure. Yeah, Harold Fannin, my highest drafted player with 33%. He's he did well in the Browns last year, guys. He can do it again. I promise. I promise he can do it again. Alrighty. So we go to the Eliminator draft. We're 2 away. We're not going to get anyone that we want. We are. We get JJ. That's good. get at least a really good player, and we get to choose one of these phenomenal running backs, like Saquon. Like, all these running backs are effectively the same, but Saquon is just as likely as any of them to be doing something special. So take him, and we get a really, really top level receiver in Justin Jefferson. That feels great. Where did Amon-Ra St. Brown win at 4? Which is wild. Of all the people to be pulling up in the Eliminator, top end wide receiver does not feel like the correct decision to be making. I really think so. Oh, man. We non-zero chance that we get a guest today, which is obviously exciting. We always love having guests on. I need to probably get that more often to be happening. Yeah, I agree. Uniqueness matters 0 in this contest. Like, I think there's not really much negative expected value for if somehow you could draft the exact same team 150 times. I don't think that really would negatively impact your expected value in the contest like it would in other formats. No. We're saving my mother as a guest for a milestone or something. We ain't. She's not just popping on just to say hi. At least not to the best of my knowledge. I mean, this is her house after all, so I can't stop her from popping on. Cool. All right, so we may get a guest later tonight, maybe for draft number 2 is the hope. But let's while I set that aside, let's focus on the draft ahead of us. I hate that button. Oh, it grinds my gears. No, I don't want to pop the draft board out. Oh my gosh. Amateur streamer. Amateur streamer. Okay, so we're coming back here at the 3-4 turn. I think there's honestly, I was going to say there's and it was going to be Jacobs, but I mean, getting Jacobs and Rice here feels really nice. I mean, it's just I want to be loading up on Jacobs while his price is still depressed due to all of this legal troubles that nothing is happening from. And Rashee Rice, similarly, is probably going a bit low at his ADP for his talent level, assuming that he rehabs reasonably. And I get a 6-pick fall on him, where we know that this guy, I don't know if has the talent is the correct words, but is in the right situation to be a great wide receiver 1. So it's, I think, a no-brainer there. We got Trev in the chat. Lovely to see some of my East Coasters. Now that I stream 1 hour earlier, suddenly all the people that can't make midnight streams show up. Man, it's crazy what what streaming just an hour earlier will do for people's ability to watch. Because I don't know, I guess these people have jobs or some reason that they have to get up at before noon Eastern time. Couldn't be me. No. My job is clicking buttons and drafting Eliminator teams. That's not true. But it sounds really good. It would be really funny if that was my job. But alas, 'tis not. We got we wanna take a look at the board, obviously. See if there's any. I always love to look for 0 RB drafters. We do not have any 0 RB drafters. Cool. Feel like this guy out of the 2 hole is drafting a very BBMS team. Jackson, Flowers, Brees Hall, 3-week, 13 buys, correlating your pass catcher and your quarterback. There's EV to be gained in these rooms. There's EV to be gained in these rooms. The tight end prices are getting pushed down. Still, I get it from a structural perspective that people are saying that tight end is more of a elite tight end is more of a BBM strategy with single week upside, but you know, I think maybe we're depressing the prices a little bit too much. Yes. Oh man, 2 more hours of work. That's a lot of work at this time of night. So I don't know about that. But I'm glad to be able to be something in the background for you. We're back on the clock here. SYTYCT says Tony Pollard. I think the SYTYCT is joking. We got to be looking at. I guess we do have to be looking at Brian Thomas. I like the bye week. I needed to check it for a second. It's like these are some very early buys. I do want a running back here at this turn. Probably. Do you want Price or Pollard? Probably I'll take Pollard and be happier. But yeah. Nah, I got my boys stopping by, Nick and Trev stopping by. It's good to get some GMs here at 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. But yeah, it's we've got a community here of people, and it's always good to hop around, jump on. I hopefully I'll have Nick on now that I'm using StreamYard and can actually have people on. Have Nick on for a draft or two. Sometime. I'm hoping to have like a recurring slot sometime during the week that is more reasonable to have guests on regularly. My East Coast, streamers, so that I don't have to be asking people to be staying up until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning to be streaming some drafts with me. Because I want to have Nick on. I want to have Trev on. I want to have Angry Dragon on, and shoot the shit with them. But I don't want to be asking them to do it and having their wives and girlfriends be go to bed, shut up, stop streaming at 2 o'clock in the morning, or their job be like, why are you a zombie? Because I was streaming until 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. Makes me feel bad sometimes. But yeah, we got draft shaping up quite nicely, I think. Let's see how if the 2-hole continues to draft this like a BBM. Nope. I mean, not really. Quentin Johnston, that's, people will say that's an Eliminator ass pick. I don't think Quentin Johnston is good in any format, but he is definitely stylistically an Eliminator ass pick. Getting the same thing out of the 1-hole that you seem to get a lot in these drafts, where it's kind of difficult, especially if you get these, running backs all taken before you. It's kind of hard to get to like justify a Love or a DeAndre Swift or ETN right there at the turn. It feels bad. It's part of the reason why I'm so glad we got the Jacobs fall, is because it's like I think Jacobs is a lot closer to ETN than he is to David Montgomery. So getting him at this price feels really nice. Darn. Wow. Bo Nix at 74. Okay, this guy is also drafting. Not an Eliminator. Jesus Christ. Week 10 bye, week 10 bye, week 10 bye, week 10 bye, week 10 bye. This guy's dying in week 10. And the second the Denver offense has to play a reasonable pass defense and has a bad game, this guy is just absolutely cooked. When does that happen? Let's see. They're facing the Rams week 3. Yeah, I would lay so much money that this team does not make it into the money. So much money. Like, that's just a really rough game to have to deal with. My ranks say Dobbins. SYTYCT says Dobbins, so we're probably going to pick Dobbins here as our first click. Giant fall on Parker Washington. I'm not sure I want to be clicking on him even with the giant fall. with Thomas there. I definitely want to be picking him over Lemon. Yeah, I don't really see a better option. I mean, Brian Thomas and Parker Washington theoretically can coexist together. Maybe there is some negative correlation there that I can be happy with. Brian Thomas games and Parker Washington games being different games. I can see that happening. But at the end of the day, you're going to give me a 13 pick ADP value on even a player I'm not super enthusiastic about versus a player that I'm trying to balance my exposures on, and I think that I'm a bit over my skis on, and a player that I'm, I like, but probably not as much as these rankings indicate. It's more of a just being out on a lot of other players in this range rather than super liking Jaden Reed brings me to be like, okay, we got to get some Parker Washington teams, and I'd rather be taking him at 85 than 69. Yeah, that's interesting. Sidekicks been pushing you to take Harvey and Dobbins together. I think the sidekick does some weird things sometimes. Just the way that Sims work, it can have some weird outputs. But yeah, these are my own personal Eliminator rankings. I think if I'm touting and I am making the Eliminator my thing, I need to have my own rankings that I update, that I am comfortable and confident drafting off of. Obviously, I think as with anyone in their rankings, I'm going to sometimes look at my rankings and go, I don't know about that. But I do make my own ranks, and I've over the past couple of weeks, I feel pretty good about having them tailored to being pretty reasonable. I think as a new rankings person, I may have over ADP baked a little bit for a lot of my ranks. Obviously, some of them I just toss out ADP. Like if you're looking at Michael Wilson, I have him ranked at 175. So take that for what you will for the ADP baking. But most of my ranks are within shouting distance of ADP because as a analyst, I believe that it's good to be at least to understand that the market is something that you should respect at least a little bit. I have tried uploading my rankings into the Sidekick, and I worked on it between the last stream and this stream, and for whatever reason, I was just not able to get it to work with like downloading the ranking CSV off of Underdog and then trying to upload that into the Sidekick just hasn't been working for me. I would love to put it into the Sidekick, but I don't. Which is sort of the reason why you'll see me look at the Sidekick and go, nah, a lot. Is because we're operating off of very different rankings, I think. Guys, did something happen to Jaden Reed? Did Jaden Reed get shot or something? Like, did something bad happen to this guy? People are taking Jaden Higgins over Jaden Reed. Did something happen? Let me quickly look up and make sure that I'm not getting screwed with some injury news. Married, engaged to Miss Wisconsin USA. Yeah, I don't see anything disqualifying. Yeah, I'll take Jaden Reed, absolutely. And twice on Sundays. Kyler versus Fannin here. I like Fannin. I like Kyler. We'll take Fannin. My calculus there was trying to decide whether or not I thought Jefferson and whatchamacallit, if Jefferson and Kyler are too positively correlated with each other for me to want to draft them. And I decided that, yeah, I think that led me to be like, I'll just take a stud at a different position on a bye week that I'm not super indexed on yet. I may end up being so with all the Green Bay stuff. Oh, you can't use Eliminator rankings in the Sidekick, but you make your regular best ball rankings the same as your Eliminators, those which work. Okay, so that's going to be a project, obviously with custom rankings, and I don't think there's a way for me to just copy them over. Like if I actually, let's see, if I CSV upload my Eliminator rankings into my NFL rankings, does that work. Get to see the back end of how this stuff works. It's verifying IDs. Let's see if that works. I'm sure this is wonderfully engaging content. No, those are not my ranks. So if I go CSV upload, pull these guys in. Can I just click save? Like if I click save, does it, like, did it do the thing? No, it just eliminated the rankings. It just said goodbye to your rankings. That's cool. That's really nice. Thanks, Mr. Underdog. You know, that does not seem to be working. So I'll need to. It says, do you want to permanently remove your rankings? No. I would not like to do that. All right. Well, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. But alas, thankfully, I was drafting. I had, for non-eliminator drafts, I draft off the leg up ranks, so that's not really a big deal. Whether or not they're in there, because it's like it's going to be making recommendations off of leg up ranks anyway. So before tomorrow, I'll put that on my to-do list of making my eliminator ranks the same as my non-eliminator ranks, and then putting them into the sidekick. And I'm actually excited to see how that changes what the sidekick is suggesting me, because yeah, I've been having to IKB the sidekick a lot, and I'd rather not do that as much. I'd rather, if I'm paying for a tool, I would like for it to be useful and as helpful as possible. No. You didn't mess me up. We're not missing a pick. There's no problems. We're all good. Don't you worry, man. Oh, we got Mr. Big Man in the stream here. Emo Cowboy, it's good to see you, man. I'm telling you, it's the joy of streaming 1 hour earlier that allows all these East Coast people to come on the stream. Yeah, I do agree that we need quarterbacks here. But in my mind, it's clearly Malik Willis, even with the earlier bye, and yeah, I'll take Darnold over CJ. Yeah. Oh, don't you worry. Don't you worry, Emo. I was fully aware that that was meant to be taken in a sexual way. Don't you worry. Well, okay, true. Emo is in fact Central Time, but that still plays into the not on Pacific Time, having to be late. Yeah, I wish I was able to crash y'all's tower stream a bit more. But it was definitely fun to be on with Mike and do that exit interview. It's a good guy, good host. So and it was a lot of fun. It's really nice. We got Hartman coming back. Good to see you, man. Always good to have some people on. Yeah. No. Let me. I need to pull this comment up so I can keep Emo Cowboy accountable. Because yeah, I'd love to come on and have y'all there. Yeah, my mother. I don't know if I can spoil the inner workings of Toxic Tower streams, but my mother was very excited about the most recent members only stream. So, ooh, that's gonna be fun. I mean, do we have to pay by the inch? I think it might be, more accurate if we paid by the centimeter. I think gotta be specific about these things. Yes, thanks, Nick. It's good to see you around. We will see you when you wake up in the correct time zone. Oh dear. I fear I'm not sure that I want to see the things that my mother was typing in the Toxic Tower Discord. I think that that may not be good for my my thoughts. I thought I brought it. I thought I brought my true feelings on the about the touts uh, exit interview. I thought that was about as strongly as I felt about this. Now, I will say after this turn pick, I'm going to go turn the lights on because it's just now getting dark here where I'm at, which is weird for 8:30, and I do not have the overhead lights on. And I'm looking at the stream and I'm like, oh wow, this looks weird. I'm sorry, the omnivore question? Oh dear. Maybe I do need to pay $5 a month to the Toxic Tower guys just to figure out what the hell is going on there. Separating me from my hard-earned money from, hardly earned by acting like a silly guy all the time. Yeah, I agree I need a third quarterback. And then I'm probably going to want to pivot to tight end. I think this is more of a Rodgers team than a Bryce Young team. We already have a lot of earlier buys. Rather push that off. And then I agree I need a tight end. This is a team that I need Schultz and not SYTYCT. That's the same thing I've been talking about a lot recently, where you can have players ranked right next to each other in Schultz and SYTYCT, but they fulfill very, very different words. Very, very different roles on the on the team you're drafting. I think Schultz is a little bit better for this team. I think that Kenyon SYTYCT is better for like a true elite tight end build, where you're just needing more points to hit your lineup, and you're less worried about when he doesn't. So I'm going to go turn the lights on. I'll be right back. There we can go. Yes, now the lighting is better. There are desktop pings? Desktop pings. Oh no. Oh, yes, from the SYTYCT, I'm guessing you're talking about. Let me know if you're talking about something else, if like my Discord messages are coming through, or if I've just been drafting with the SYTYCT so much that I just don't hear the SYTYCT pings anymore. That is entirely possible. Okay, cool. We're good. Can't be annoying the chat rats. Yeah, very generous, Mr. Cowboy, and I may do that, but that would be I might DM you about that just to make life easier later. Very kind offer. I'm sure a very businessman offer too, because I mean, if you're that confident in your product, probably will be sticking around. I mean, I had to get teeth pulled to do my membership for Pete, but yeah, it's good to see you stop in, Emo, and I will if you have any questions after the interview, let me know. But yeah, it's been a good ride. Good luck, man. And it was a pleasure working with you as well. So see ya. But yeah, we're coming up here, 15, 16 turn. Let's see if we can look at the guy in the 4 spot, see if he's still drafting a BBM team. What the hell's going on? Oh my gosh. So after Swift, Waddle, Irving, Sutton, Nix, he decided he needed Shaquille, tight end that's probably not going to be starting week 1. Another week 10 bye quarterback, Jared Goff, just stacking with AJ Brown, of course. Another player who's not going to be starting week 1. Kayshon Boutte, is this guy going to get the draft tossed? I'm legitimately wondering if this guy's going to get the draft tossed. I think it's non-zero. Yeah, it's CJ Hawkinson, 100%. That feels like a very solid tight end room there. I feel like we got a lot of values at the receiver position, so I don't feel like I need to be like super slamming it. If I do, I need some guys to help cover these early buys. Maybe this could be a Dontavian Wicks spot. Because Tesla has an overlapping bye. Malik Question has an overlapping bye. Debo Samuel, I don't know where the fuck he's going to be. Jerry Jeudy, I think, has a little bit. I don't want to be betting too much on the Cleveland offense. Like I'm trying to, have max one Cleveland pass catcher, and this team's is Fannin. So I think Dontavian Wicks actually works pretty well. There, we got in a pretty heated stream. Yeah. Ugh. Gosh, went on a little ramble there, but I didn't even have my mind on straight. I'm back, though. Yes. Yeah, I legitimately did not even hear the ding. Like it's so crazy that that I can just tune it out like that. That's actually kind of annoying. I'd much rather have it have me actually hear that. But yeah, maybe I don't know if there's a way to look at the audio for that sort of stuff. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. We got it off now. We'll keep it off. I'm not doing a bunch of fast drafts with the sidekick not on stream, so we'll just let it be for now. Correct. My mother is very vocal when there is a problem. She is a problem solver, as they say. So not a problem, hider or problem pusher. So it's one of the many things I love about my mother. Makes life easy in that way. But yeah, so we got this guy trying to get this draft thrown out. We have this guy who's gotten back on the rails a little bit, like just more of a standard, building a team that I don't think is really good, but I can at least see the vision in the 2 spot. The 1 spot, Jacoby Brissett and Kirk Cousins is like almost over-indexing on the Eliminator stuff, in my opinion. Like with the Rachaad White and Chris Rodriguez stuff. I can see that being a problem. Not sure how I feel about that. I think the 3 holes got a pretty good draft. Yeah, I mean, some players that I'm not particularly in love with. I mean, the Naylor pick, I think it's not great, but every draft you're going to come with a couple players that you're like, you know what? I don't need to stand on this guy, but he's fine. 5 spot. I mean, that's enough of a fall on Jeremiah Love that I think it's fine enough. A lot of week 10 buys there in the middle, but I don't think he had any at the top, so it should be fine. Yeah, rounding out the tight ends. Probably going to be a little weak at quarterback, but it should be fine. Got single tight end of Loveland here and just slamming the receivers late. Perfectly reasonable, valid strategy. And I think these guys at the end all have pretty reasonable drafts from what I can see. Yeah, nothing crazy there. So that's cool. We are going to be making our last picks here shortly. I think I may want a bit a juiced running back here. Go 3-5-7-3. I don't think we need 2 receivers. Maybe we do want 2 receivers here. I don't think we don't need. This is not a Thornton team. This is much more of a Stribling team. And then maybe like we can say Katron can work here. I don't like Marshawn Lloyd. I don't like Nick Singleton. Ted Hurst is interesting. But if we're doing Ted Hurst, we might as well do Zachariah Branch. Like, maybe bye week stuff with the 2 week 10 buys at receiver. No, that's right. So we had the 2 week 10 buys at receiver. So it's more likely that we're going to be needing a receiver to hit our flex in week 10. So I'd rather have not week 10 bye receivers. So that works out. But yeah, I've thought about it. I think I've been really tossing it up, just partially because there's a lot of people who there's a lot of links to my channel and stuff that I don't know if would change if I changed the channel name. I don't think it would, but if it is, I don't want to have any problems with any of that. But I do think, especially once I get the other series up and running and stuff, I'm going to put that on my to-do list, is to really sit down and have a long think about rebranding the channel and the Twitter profile and everything. Maybe that's sometime next week is when the goal on that is. I like that. It's always good to be thinking ahead. Let's see. Do we have? Cool. All right. So let me see if this works, because I think we may be having a draft for a guest for our second draft. All right. So let's pull another Eliminator. We're gonna hold it for just a second. See if our lovely guest will be joining us quickly or closer to midnight Eastern, or if they decide that maybe tonight's not the right night. All of that would be totally fine. But I'm going to give him a couple minutes. While I'm giving him a couple minutes, we can do a quick team recap. We can accept all of the privacy notifications that we need to accept to draft on Underdog, and we can name our team. So this team is Malik Willis, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. A little bit worried there. Not too worried. At running back, we have Saquon, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, and J.K. Dobbins. At wide receiver, we have Justin Jefferson, Rashee Rice, Brian Thomas, Parker Washington, Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, Dejon Stribling, and Zachariah Branch. And rounding out with the tight ends, we got Harold Fannin, Dalton Schultz, T.J. Hawkinson. I feel pretty good about that team. I don't think that went off the rails at all. I think that's just a nice, solid Eliminator draft. Yeah. If this happens, this will be the first time I've actually had a guest on with the stream stuff. So if there's any problems with it, I hope there will not be, but I beg for your understanding if that happens. My father just walked in again. He went on a walk, as people are wont to do. Nothing wrong with going on a walk. All right, we'll go ahead and enter the draft and see if it takes a second for it to fill or not. Yeah, we're waiting for 10 people, so might as well wait for a draft while we see what is up. Or maybe I can, yeah, I'll do a couple of the slow draft picks while I am here. We got a couple more that popped up. SYTYCT says Judarian Price. I can't See why not. Seems like a perfectly fine Jadarian price spot. So we'll click on him. Oh, darn. Oh, darn. Oh, no. Harold Fanning died. Hmm. It still wants Kyler Murray. Which I can understand. Kittle, which I'm not sure I can understand. I don't know about that. You know, it's a $1 draft. It's a $1 draft. Maybe I should live a little. I don't know. My bye week bro is screaming out in fear for drafting too many week 8 buys. Aaron Jones doesn't feel like a great pick though. I mean, Jordan Love maybe is the pick. Just like secure this Green Bay stuff. Yeah, it's probably Jordan Love. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, that feels comfy. That feels nice. Feels good. Good to see you, Chris. And not really, which feels bad to say. I am a big I love going to live theater, and live performances, but movies are not my thing to really sit through. It's it's a Movies are long, and you don't really get breaks. And I'm not super invested in a bunch of the different celebrity actors. I think there's a lot of really good actors that are celebrities that I enjoy watching their work when I do catch movies. But I also got forced to be at a lot of film festivals in college, and some of those long shorts blocks. I don't know if anyone's how many film festivals people have been to, but if you're just sitting in the middle of a shorts block and it's 3 hours of a bunch of different short films, and you're just oh, gotta be polite, gotta just sit here. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, you guys see how much I gesticulate and I talk and I move around when I'm on stream. Sitting still is not really my cup of tea. So, watching a movie in a theater, watching a movie with other people, kind of feels bad. I got a crick in my neck or something. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, alas. Waiting for 5 more for our second eliminator. We might be able to do 3 today since we hopped on early. We got effectively an extra draft done. And I don't have anything crazy I have to do tomorrow. So, yeah. Everything's pretty set for me. So, I get to maybe do a third. Probably do a third and maybe even do a fourth. That's I have a calendar notification to remind myself to stream these drafts at midnight, and that was my phone buzzing and giving me the calendar notification. I should probably turn that off. I'm sure that's just as annoying as the SYTYCT pings for those of us who are not super happy with the desktop pings, as our boy Emo Cowboy informed me about earlier. Nah. All right. I just want to check on the mini golden. Okay, there's still drafts there. I may do that on my own later. I want to. It's $2. It's so fun to just throw $2 away. But if you win, it's really nice. If you win, it's really cool. Yes, even my mother does not like the SYTYCT ding. It's yeah, I don't know. I find it useful. It's nice sometimes. It can be helpful. But I get it if it's annoying. That's fine. It's okay. Whatever. I can work without it, especially when I'm focusing on the draft on stream. that works out particularly well. Waiting for 2 people for this one. I don't know if we've gotten to where it's bad enough that I need to start entering the draft in the 14th round of the previous one. Start doing some bash logic where you got to get things set up for the next draft early or not. But I don't mind having a bit of downtime between the drafts. I think it's good to sort of be able to check on other things. If I had the ability to reconstruct the rankings, I would. That would be really nice. But alas, that is not where we're at. Yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a project for tomorrow. Just translating the rankings over. But I wish I could do it in between the drafts, but no way. Got a couple more slow draft picks to do. Again, the joy of being in 100 slows is there's always another slow draft pick to do. This one we started Caleb Williams, Patrick Mahomes, Bucky Irving, Tony Pollard, Chase Collins, Rice Burden. So we got 2 stacked quarterbacks here at the beginning. SYTYCT says we need to add on some running back points. I agree. SYTYCT says the best way to do that, despite the bye week, is J.K. Dobbins. I'm going to defer to the SYTYCT on bye week stuff there. I wouldn't be super comfortable with that, but maybe I'm just too Eliminator brained to be like, yeah, you know what, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. This one we started Achan, Scatabo, Irving, ARSB, Higgins. I want to be getting these Burrow stacks because I'm getting obviously 0 of them in my preferred contest. So I want to at least have some sort of exposure to them. And our Eliminator filled. So we've got it somewhere. It's somewhere in here. Did I scroll past it? Probably. Here, it looks like we're starting at the 1.10, I believe is what this is. Yep, 1.10 is fine. Much better than the 1.12 on average. I think that last draft was a dream from the 1.12. So we'll start from the 1.10. A little bit earlier than I was expecting with the fill rate, but no problems. See if we've got any of our boys in here. Not that I've clocked, although I'm not sure I've fully clocked Mr. Christopher Davis's underdog username yet. So may or may not be informed of everything. Yeah. But we're getting started on this draft. This is going fast. People know their picks. People are not tanking. People know what is up. That's what we like to see. If we want more drafts, this is the type of drafts we need. Yeah. I mean, it's also a lot easier to know who you're drafting if everyone's just drafting off of ADP. Certainly makes everyone's life a little bit easier. So I'm projected to get Lamb here. That would be fine. Certainly wouldn't have a problem with a great receiver on the team with a phenomenal week 14 bye. Not going to be a problem. It is funny that despite not having my rankings in, me and the kick agree on where these guys should be. It's annoying that the kick doesn't update exposures every draft because I do have Barkley now. I do. I promise. But hey, get Ashton Jeanty at 10. That feels pretty good. Probably go a running back start, which are not always my favorite. But, it'll end up probably being a very comfortable, relaxed draft. So, can't complain from that point of view. Yeah, literally, that's our first, non-ADP pick. I think CeeDee Lamb getting pulled up a little bit, and then not taking Justin Jefferson at the turn. And we're here. Psychic saying Brock Bowers is even an option is really funny. No, do I really have this much more Hampton than A-Chain? Good. Chargers early schedule feels great. I feel great. Oh, and I think our guest has arrived. Let's see, one Mr. Rohin. It's good to see you, man.
Who, me? It's good to see you too.
Yeah. Nah, it's I have been seeing a lot of your stuff, obviously about the tout contest. You've been, I think, higher on me than average from the very beginning, so that obviously gave me a little bit of an affinity for you from the beginning.
Honestly,
But
not the very, very beginning as much as I'd like to take credit. I thought you were going the first round. I thought Mayo was gonna have you out of there, but
oh yeah,
made it through.
yeah,
Made a hell of a run too.
yeah. No, I'm certainly proud of it. I'm really happy with like looking back. Obviously, I wish I would have made it one more week, etc. But looking back on the entirety of it, I'm really happy with how I did. What do you think? Have you watched all of the stream week with Davis?
I actually haven't watched any of it yet. I've been
Okay,
too busy today. Have you caught any of it? I can't wait to go back, but there's a
I
lot of
saw.
content this week.
Oh yeah, no, like it's. I mean, it's hard when you got everyone streaming. I'm trying to make sure I do my own streams and stuff, but yeah, I saw a little bit of the O'Hara one and a little bit of the Cups one, and my biggest takeaway was Davis was being a lot nicer than I thought he was going to be.
He was all like, I can't wait to get in there and kill everybody about it, but I didn't think he would do that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with what people were saying about Kitchen. Like, there's not been a single like the only person I think who's like really come in and like killed people has been Pat Mayo, and I think it was a lot easier for him to deal with
Well, yeah, when it's the
like
audition.
yeah when it's the first round when and you also got a lot of people that are a lot more a lot wider range of skill sets and a lot wider range of what the products that people have been putting on tape. Like as we get further in the competition, people have like slimmed down in terms of getting better and in terms of diversity of what they're doing.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's really like the iron has been sharpening the iron. Like the past couple rounds, you see some titans of content, like everything that they're able to do and put out there, and it's been super impressive. Yourself included, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate you saying that. It's good. My mother also big fan. I see, which we always love to hear. But no, how much
Big
have you
Maryland
been?
fan.
Oh yeah, I don't know a single person who hasn't been a big Maryland fan, which I'm really happy about. It's been that was a little bit of a worry of mine bringing her into this world is that people might be weird about it or problematic about it in some way. But yeah, now that you're on the stream, you gotta give me some thoughts on the draft as well. What are your
Oh yeah,
thoughts?
yeah, yeah. Damn, on the clock.
Hmm.
Some receiver. Do you have the sidekick? I didn't even know you had the sidekick, honestly. I'm kind
Yeah,
of a fake fan.
hey, no
Um,
worries. We got Rice, which is who I would pick there. Um, even with the week
feels
5 bye.
good.
Yeah, no,
The,
these receivers are hard.
so this is the thing about the Eliminator that I've kind of been thinking about, and I did this last year too, where I think people kind of hammer the buys a little too much.
Okay.
Um, like yeah, like you don't want to overlap too much on the same week or whatever, but when
Mhm.
it's the better player, just rolling with the better player a lot of the time, I think I mean up I don't know how you want to play this, but like Olave, Lad, Mike Evans are all very fun.
Yeah. No, I think that I don't obviously I don't get a lot of Olave. If we get the chance to take him, I think Olave I'd pull the trigger on him here.
39. Yeah.
Yeah. Now that feels really nice. I think that people can over-index on yeah, like there was a draft I did a couple weeks ago where I started JSN AJ Brown, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to take like a bad player just because, or not a bad player because second round. It's not like I was going to take a bad player, but I'm not going to take a significantly worse player just because these bye weeks overlap. I'm just going to figure out how to deal with it later in the draft. It's a very different, different mentality of problem solving versus just being like having these hard and fast rules of like can't draft this player, can't draft that player. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, last year, so Bijan and Josh Jacobs both had week 5 buys, and I remember being like, nobody else is going to do this. They're early buys. They're like
Mm-hmm.
overlapped in your top 2 picks. And I got multiple Bijan Jacobs team through week 5, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my God, this is sick. And then that one week where Bijan was playing the Dolphins, he dropped like 8 points. And he was like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's favorite click. It was the Dolphins run D. And I think my last 2 or 3 teams petered out and it was brutal. And I was like, I started
Yeah.
off the year so strong.
Yeah, no, it's a not a forgiving format. Like people will be like, yeah, it's the Eliminator. You're getting the running back early, and it's you're drafting for floor and not ceiling, and it's a cutthroat format. It's
Hmm.
not easy to to get teams to go far. You need to have the nuts.
That's the thing is
Or
I'm
no, go ahead. Sorry.
sorry. But like I know that a lot of people call it like a cash game. I don't think it's a cash game. I think it's like a super team game. It's like you're building this team to go 17-0, you
Hmm.
know.
Yeah, and you can get lucky with pods some weeks. Like I'm sure Purple Yosh got lucky with some pods. I know my team that got far got lucky. I think it was in like week 4. I got past week 4 with a score of less than 90, which was very fortunate. um, because obviously you're not expecting that sort of score to get through, but you do have to just give yourself as many opportunities to get those outs as possible, which
Hmm.
means you know drafting. I've talked about this a little bit early on the streams. It's like drafting to have a balanced production throughout the entire season instead of drafting for like safe players that have a floor. It is how I try and get my mindset around it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, yeah, it's like sometimes the floor is just because your team is so good. Like it's not because X player catches 4 balls a game, you know.
Yeah, and it's like on a team where I didn't draft any running backs early. I'm suddenly needing that running back that catches 4 balls in a game, like because those extra 8 points are really useful in the early
Hmm.
parts of the season when I've got my 4 wide receivers going for 80 points, a tight end who goes for 20 points, an average a game, having a running back room who only goes for 16 between the two of them, not that big of a problem. So I'd want to go another receiver here, I think.
Who's your
Uh,
favorite?
Psychic says Pollard. Here, I think it would be JMO just because of
I like JMO.
the fall. Yeah.
I mean, the one thing that I'm doing a bunch, and I did this last year too, but again, I didn't do so well last year, but I was doing a lot of like early implied team total analysis and just like,
Hmm.
in order to go 17-0, the thinking is like this team has to go 4-0. This team has to make it to the buys. And
Hmm.
so like the Lions, the Ravens, these teams that are going to score a bunch of points, I tend to get more overweight on in this format.
Yeah, and I've been trying to do some schedule analysis when I've been drafting these teams, especially for the first couple of weeks of the season, because your players are just more likely to be scoring points in the first couple weeks of the season. So I'm indexing pretty heavily compared to a lot of people on like Chargers players because I think their first couple of weeks are
Hmm.
are really nice. I think, and that they're going to have good offensive environment. I would be happy with Price or BTJ here.
I like the
Those
running
are really,
back
yeah,
in the flex. I think Price is good.
yeah. He's got a little bit of a later buy. I think I really do believe that he's just going to start the season off being the running back one. So I'm not really as worried about it. And even if he's not, like he's going around, RB like
Right.
solid 1As
I mean,
to
I
1Bs in Ramondre's case,
I'm like kind of part of the Holani hype. Like I get it. And I was drafting
Mhm.
Emmanuel Wilson earlier, where it's like, there's a rookie, there's fragility here. It's fun to get these guys like, oh, who's gonna be the backup? But it is just the first round running back on the defending champs. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard to not see a way where he's like just getting enough opportunity to be really good at the in the mid sixth, you know.
Yeah, and I think I can just say that the Seattle running backs are underpriced as a whole because if you're looking at, Halani, I'm not doesn't go undrafted anymore, but there was a while where he was going undrafted even in this format. I mean, Emmanuel Wilson is going undrafted a lot of times, even in this format, and you're like, okay, there's not a lot of options here. Like if you're looking at post 180 running backs,
Mm-hmm.
there's not really a lot of opportunity for early season points if you still need early season points in that range. Like your best bet is Sean Tucker, other than Halani. Like maybe a Ray Davis, Marshawn Lloyd, and hope that bad stuff happens to Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why these running backs at the top of the board are priced the way they are. Is you just don't have these opportunities for early season running back points later in the draft. Like even when you're getting to your Tyron Tracy, Keaton Mitchell's, Ty J. Spears, like these guys are much more bets on guys ahead of them going down. Like you can still have, maybe some nice weeks out of Woody Marks or Tyler Algier. Like there are some people that you can target. It's just,
It's
not that
just
frequent.
they're all going to project the same as George Halani, like if not worse than week one. You know,
Mhm. That's actually interesting. I'm not sure who projects better week one, Tyler Algier or Halani.
I mean, what the Cardinals have like an 18 in flat team total,
Yeah.
and the Seahawks don't. Like,
Yeah, and
I
they're
don't
they're
know.
both in similar situations. I think that the only saving grace for me is I think Tyler Algier is a good running back and George Halani is a jag.
Right. I agree with that.
So
God, I had so much pre-draft Algier. I was like, the Cardinals are in. I think he's so good. I'm slamming him in the 90s and the hundreds.
I
Look at
will.
us now.
Yeah, my Cardinals takes in the pre-draft stuff was a perfect example of bad process, good result. Because I was like, oh no, James Conner, oh no, you know Trey Benson. Maybe I need to pump the brakes on Tyler Algier a little bit. Ugh.
I
So
was pounding the table. I was like, yeah, Trey Benson and James Conner. That'll be why Tyler Algier doesn't get going.
yeah, no, I mean that it is fair to look back at it and sort of just chuckle and be like, yeah, we were drafting in a different time.
Happens.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah, Sidekick obviously loves Makai Lemon here because the
Psychic
Sidekick's
does
insane.
love lemon. I think Harvey's the better click, but
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm also a big Josh Downs guy.
Ooh, I ever since my draft on the Bash with Mr. Tart, I've become more and more of a Josh Downs guy. Just with all this ambiguity surrounding Alec Pierce and all this will he won't he be a full-time wide receiver? What's your obviously you said you're in on him, so what's your exact read on that situation? And should we pick him here?
My answer is yes, because I think Downs, Jones, and the Eliminator is very fun.
Hmm.
But like I'm big into, especially at receiver. Like receiver is the thing that I love to be right about every year. I suck at getting the right running backs. Like a couple years ago, I was so in on rookie Jonathan Brooks, and last year I don't even know who my highest exposed running back is. But like I was big on JSN, Nico Collins the year he broke out. Like those are the types of bet I want to make. And like Josh Downs to me is a talent over situation play. Like I
Okay.
was already in before all of the like he'll play in two wide sets, he'll be able to do this and that. And yeah, I think Pierce like not being able to do anything for the next month and change, like he's just gonna drop. Downs is gonna come up. It will he get overpriced? Will he get pricey? Like probably, but he's so good at football.
Yeah, well, I mean, where is the price that we're saying Josh Downs is overpriced? Like, are we saying that that's like because I've been comparing it to Parker Washington a lot.
That feels like a fair comparison. I mean, why couldn't he be up there? Like Pierce hits camp pup, and then
Hmm.
people are scared. Maybe hits real pup. Who knows with this ankle?
Yeah, it seems very. They're not giving us a lot of details on what's going on with uh, Alec Pierce's ankle, and like I did like some surface level research into it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, this doesn't look good. At
Yeah,
least for
it's
the
not
beginning of the
fun.
season. Yeah.
And
And
people love to be like, he got paid. Like the Colts knew about this. Last year, Chris Godwin did the same thing. Chris Godwin got paid, and but like he's still kind of an older player with a fractured fibula. Like that's not. These things can go wrong, especially in the Eliminator.
yeah, and it's like he can still be a good player for them. Like it's not like he got paid just to play football this year. Like
Right.
he got a multi-year contract, and that can still be the right move for the Colts, even if they're like, you know what, you're gonna have to miss the first 4 games of the year with this ankle thing, and we're gonna manage it. We're gonna be really conservative, and then you'll be good to go. Like that can be great for the Colts, and that makes him undraftable at current cost in the
hmm
Eliminator.
I mean, he's like a good X receiver, and I think he
Mhm.
got paid pretty fairly. Honestly, I just don't think this is like this is might be buying high on Alec Pierce right now versus man. I love the Josh Downs profile. I think he wins against man, zone, press. Like
Mhm.
he gets more outside reps. It'll be fun.
Yeah. I mean, what is your response to the people that are like, but then why hasn't he been able to do it yet? Like, is it just Michael Pittman was that good, or is it just the staff didn't really see what was in him?
Um, he's young. He had the weird calf hammy, kind of like an injury riddled season. And I don't like using like injury as an excuse. I think there's sometimes
Mhm.
a guy takes a little time, you know.
That's fair.
And I think that the talent's there in flashes. I think this guy has flashed some real ball winning ability, even though he's like 5'9".
Yeah.
Like he plays so much bigger than he is. He's so impressive, honestly. And sometimes these things just take time. Like Nico Collins was a 6'4" freak of nature coming out of college, and it took 3 years before he
Absolutely.
was really like that. He went in this
Yeah.
range.
He did. That is absolutely true. Uh, I sort of just took the bullet to take Blake
Corner's
Corum there.
16 after. It feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big reason, and we can, in my mind, we're just totally done
Just
here
done
at
at
running
running
back.
back. It
Like
might
this,
even be overkill, but yeah.
I agree. It might be overkill, but for me, I this is partially me going. I need a little bit of Blake Corum in my structure, and it feels right with Price and Harvey as two, you know, end of season slanted production profiles, and then Gene Hampton also being super young. I think Corum, if he's returning value, is going to be able to do it pretty consistently throughout the whole season.
Mhm.
So I feel pretty happy with just having a really strong running back room here. I like
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
It's got to be Mahomes.
Yeah.
I do wonder, this is kind of a tangent, but like how the sidekick is. I know that they do like their methodology of like simulating through the contest and everything, but I
Mhm.
wonder how often that comes into like the stacking of it all, or something I've been thinking about more is like the quarterback running back stacks, where
Mhm.
just give me the touchdowns on these good teams, see what happens.
Yeah, I've been very into like what I anti-correlated stacks. Generally, it's quarterback, running back, but it can also be running back, wide receiver, depending on the team. We got emo cowboy
I saw
in the chat. Yes.
that's me, emo. What up, emo? Hey, Tyler's really turned me into a bit of a fan. Like I really hate the like I forget. I think it was JJ Zachariason that was like the wrestling promo voice and the
Hmm.
like the caricature of it all. I think Tyler is so smart and so sharp though.
Yeah.
Um that like smart guy, We'll see how it goes.
No, I remember I went on a Fantasy Sanctuary stream with him during Duos Week, and just like bouncing player takes off of him during that stream was like, and him being able to just like take different sides of all these different arguments that we were having. I remember we had a long talk about Harold Fannin, and he was able to really articulate both sides of it really well. I've been very, I think, vocal since I got eliminated that he is my guy that I'm rooting for at this point. Might even
That's
need to,
fun.
take out a little take out a little
Some
Sportsburg action.
action.
Yeah.
I actually full cards on the table. I have some action on the
Oh,
yeah, I've had it for a while. And
and it's
it was
still
really
live, which
tough.
is very nice.
One of them is still alive. I put money down on two contestants. Rest
Mhm.
in peace, Kamish.
Yeah.
I got some great odds on him, and I thought he was going to squeak through this week. I really did because I thought Tony was going home for sure. But
Yeah. I thought he should have squeaked through this week. Uh, personally, I think.
personally, I do think you should have squeaked through over him, but I would have taken either one. I was toying with action on you, but it never came to fruition. So my other bag I'm holding is cups.
Oh, we can our bag holding is in the same realm because that is where my free bet from when I first went on with Rick is I had commission cups, actually the exact same people.
Look at that, great minds.
Yep. No, so if Emo doesn't win, Cups is my second because he's also a great guy. Like every time I've worked with him, he's seemed really nice. This is something I've been wondering too. Is like it seems like there's like actually significant action on this at that
That's what
point
I'm
at this
wondering
point.
too, because I was like, I'm doing all these rankings, like I might as well feel like I have an edge and do something about it.
Uh
But
huh.
I wonder the shop Rick is running. What do you think? I would probably go Darnold here, and then
I agree.
three
And
QB
then
with dimes maybe.
yeah, whoever's left.
Hmm.
Yeah, yes, we are. We are. It is so incredibly sick that not only that we have a betting market on a YouTube fantasy football reality TV show, but that people are trading at least hundreds, if not possibly like
People are
totaling in
it.
the thousands of dollars on this.
I'm like yeah, I want the boosts. Like Rick is giving me the boost. He's like, oh, just up it too. Yeah, dude, I'm in. I don't know.
I
Like,
wish that I was not in the competition so I could have gotten some emo boosts from a while ago.
man, I I really I did not think Emo was gonna get here. All love, but you got to peak at the right time, and I think he is
Hmm.
peaking later rather than earlier. Like, there's a lot of people that I saw who could kind of flame out after coming on so strong, and I think like a lot of my rankings were about that. It was not about like who did the best this week, even though I've started doing that when I don't feel like re-ranking the whole board when it's like five people left. But it is like, you know, what's week 17 look like? Like, who's going to come down the stretch and really win this thing?
Yeah,
Like digs over the QBs.
I think it's either Diggs or Jones would be where I go. I think I wanted to put a tight end there just to like discuss taking a tight end, but I would be either fine either way.
Well, let's see. Dimes in these.
Yeah, we'll go Daniel Jones.
How do you feel
Uh,
about tight end? I do like Likely because I think he's just going to go up when neighbor hits pup. But
yeah, I think Likely's a good play to be getting ADP value. I am not super sure about his fit. I want to be more in on him than I am because I am just so out on neighbors being back early and all of whatever the crap Giants wide receivers we have. Like I'm just not
mhm,
in on that in uh in any sense of the word. So I feel like I should be in unlikely, but I'm just it just feels expensive for him. Like he's going at the
it
top of a tier that
does.
I think is all very similar. And I'm like, I think like there's not a ton of difference between Likely and Hunter Henry, and there is a significant difference in price there.
I am kind of a believer in like the second contract tight end breakout. You know, these like later
Mhm.
we've seen flashes for Likely, especially like Harbaugh brings him over. He works the middle of the field. Like I could see it. He could be the I mean, with the jabronis at receiver, like he could be the number one target early, number two target throughout the year. And it's like a Pitsy thing from last year. I do like Kyle Pitts too, but
Mhm.
I don't know exactly where I stand at. I don't think my exposures reflect that I kind of like him because the price is so odd. But
Mhm. Yeah, Pitts was one of my big guys last year. That was, I think, one of my like actual edges that I figured out last year was like, why is Kyle Pitts getting completely crapped on? Because he's disappointing, not because he's bad, and he can be disappointing and still be good at this price. It was the not having trauma edge
I
last year.
literally I had no idea how much Kyle Pitts I had the week he nuked in like week 15 or whatever it was. And then I
Uh
go
huh.
look at my teams and I had so much Kyle Pitts left. I didn't even try to make this happen. All seven of my finals teams had JSN on them too
Uh
eventually.
huh.
Like hey,
Hey,
good
no,
flock.
that's good. Yeah, no, I need to. I did not do well at non-eliminator stuff last year. Eliminator sort of paid for my other other forays.
God, I was hammering the Eliminator. I was like, I have so much edge in this contest. I'm gonna freaking cakewalk every. I like beat a lot of the names that I wanted to beat, and I didn't make it past like week 10. And I was like, ah, well, the sweat is so good though. The sweat is
Oh yes,
unreal.
it's such a fun contest. I love it so much. I think that it's going to be exciting to be watching these teams, at least for me, go through like see which when the different stream teams like which ones did well, which what did I do better with teams that I had guests on or teams that I drafted by myself? Did I, happen to be one of the two? So sorry. I am not allowing any discussion about this.
I forgot. I was thinking about. I was like, tight end would be good here. Who could we go? Who might it be? Yeah, never a chance. They're gonna play super fast. And don't worry, I've heard the bull and the bear case on this, so I have no idea where I stand personally.
Yeah, no, it's everyone's gonna have their opinions, but I'm gonna keep that one, and that's gonna be my baby for the
That's the
rest of
thing
the
is
summer.
another tight end. Do we think?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, we'll go Brenton
Strange,
Strange.
Strange feels good. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the thing
but yeah,
about the Eliminator is I've really been about like this is a contest where you play to be right. So I'm at least last year I was less diversified. I was like I'm gonna have this much Romo Dunze because I love Romo Dunze, hence me flaming out at the end of the year and having a really strong start to the year. But
mhm.
like I kind of wonder how you're playing it with that like diversification angle. And I don't know if it's right to kind of like hammer your bets more or to let it be the way like you would I think the regular slates.
Yeah. Well, let's. This is something I like to just go. Okay, let's look at my top
Let's do it.
exposures here are like 40%, 36%, and I'm pretty sure my top exposure in like BBM style drafts is like 30%. So I'm definitely a little bit more concentrated in the Eliminator. I also just think specifically the Omar Cooper price is like absurd in this
It
contest.
is I think it's absurd in every contest. I'm with
Yes,
you
I
there.
think it is just especially like I'm just like he's a first round receiver. Like, and they've
That's
been saying
it.
good things about him. Like, come on, like we cannot be taking him. Where would he go in this draft? Where did he go? Where did he go? Where did he go? Where did he go? We cannot be taking him in the 14th round. Like,
Yeah, after
he's
Jawan
going in.
Jennings. Okay.
Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. Have we not learned our lesson yet?
We haven't. I'm so in on Casey Concepcion too. And I think he's like a really good player and he's a first round pick. I don't like talent over situation. Like I'm making
Mhm.
that bet every time.
Yeah. We had, I think it was someone in the chat, I think it was Christopher, talking about apparently there's like camp reports that Denzel Boston is more ready than Concepcion. I think that I told him that did not like lower my Concepcion ranking at all. It just boosted up Denzel Boston of being like, oh, okay, he's more ready. He's going to be on the field, but they're still both going to be interesting options you know, behind Jerry Judy in
Behind Jerry
theory.
Judy. Behind Ola BC Johnson. Yeah.
Yeah, really behind Harold Fannin.
Are you finally in on Harold Fannin? Is that
I
the
I was I did one big FFPC draft last year, and I did slap it up and take Harold Fannin in the 20th round. And I was like, that's all my Fannin exposure. I won't do any more of it. I did a little bit at the very end, but it was absolutely worth it to have it on that $350 team. Just because that I had Javante and Fannin on that team. That was a really nice
how did you not just
run.
win? Why do you could have hosted the contest this year?
That's true. No, 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 no. It was I the big problem with that team was I took Saquon at 5. Uh
Tough.
yeah. That was not a great year to be doing that. But it was the team was good enough that it was still like in the hunt all the way through the playoffs. It it made the playoffs but didn't but flamed out before making the money rounds. And I'm like, you know what? That's still a good team. I'm so proud of it. Um
Pour one out.
oh man.
I'm
What
looking at Debo. I've been clicking Debo in this format a ton.
taking Debo? Okay. I can get down with that.
I
Which
I
is
do love
really
Travis Hunter, but Like
Mhm.
15th round, he'll be on a team, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, he could come back to the Niners. That would be perfectly reasonable. Uh, he could go to the Raiders. That would be, I think, quite nice. He would raise a lot if he went to the Raiders. He could go to the Ravens. Like, I can just name a bunch of teams he could go.
There's teams. I mean, like I think these guys want to play for contenders, and if he does want to play for a contender, and it's a good football team, he's gonna rise. Even
Mhm.
even if it's a bad football team, he's gonna rise. Whenever he lands, he'll rise. I don't
Yeah,
even like Debo that much, but
but he's fine enough,
yeah,
and like because he's fine and he's at this cost, it's like I kind of have to click him.
right. And it's also easy, like looking at the receivers and being like, I don't know what his buy is, so it probably doesn't overlap.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about it.
It looks like he's playing
Um,
all 17 games.
that's true. Yeah, I think
Um,
I like Wicks here.
which is fun. I this is some beef I have with like Gretch is all up on this guy and like ETR loves this guy and the sidekick loves this guy. Calvin Ridley is such an awful click, in my opinion. I don't know.
He feels really bad. I can see it in this format specifically, where it's like, okay, maybe Carnell Tate takes a couple of games to establish himself. Calvin Ridley is sort of the de facto number one, just because Aomanor and DK haven't really like fully like integrated into the system yet, and he gives sorry, pardon me, he gives you like 5 or 6 good weeks of production, and then by the end of the year is not really doing much. Like I see that story, but I see that like specifically for the Eliminator when he's falling a lot. Like I was blindly clicking him a lot earlier in the season, and then like especially in the pre-draft stuff, and then after Carnell Tate and after stuff, I had to sit back with myself and be like, so wait, why do I like this guy?
What was the bull case again? And all I mean, everyone was talking about the fractured fibula the past 2 years, and Calvin Ridley is like 100 years old and fractures his fibula and is coming back at the Titans that added Wandale and Carnell Tate. And it's like,
Mhm.
me personally, I think like the Titans would rather just have DK out there a lot of the time. Like somebody with real juice was an all pro as a rookie, like
Well,
you have the
yeah,
all pro or Calvin Ridley out there. Make it make sense.
I mean, Calvin Ridley's had good seasons. Like he's been a good football player in the past, and if you're projecting him to become that guy again, like I can, uh, I don't know. Like I can see the reasoning. I just, yeah, I've taken him 3 times in my Eliminator drafts. I'm curious how many times I've taken him
It's like you
on
can do that with
non-eliminators.
Cooper Cup. You can. I also just
Hmm.
hate chasing like 2 years ago, like N-2 production. I think it's very much a losing bet. Like you'd rather skate to where the puck is going.
Hmm.
And it's like if we're already thinking about next year's ADP, like I don't think Calvin Ridley's being drafted. You know,
Yeah, I can see that. I don't always love the like looking at next year's ADP thing. I think it like overstates youth sometimes or like propensity to grow, which I think can be good for some formats, but I
not
don't think
this
that
one.
that's
Yeah,
like an inherently good thing for this format. Like as we start transitioning into redraft mode and like really like zeros don't matter mode, like that's when I'm like going to be more into that theory. Like where could this guy be drafted next year? Especially because most of the leagues I'm in are keeper leagues where it's like, oh,
then you really want the riser. Yeah, but it's like I'll
exactly.
click Debo Samuel, man. Like sure, he's a dust ball. I don't think he'll be anywhere super fun next year, but Calvin Ridley, and 2, 3 years ago when Calvin Ridley had that, I don't know how deep in the weeds you were about this, but that one clip of him at training camp where Zay Jones runs a route and then Calvin Ridley runs it at like 7 times the speed. And Calvin Ridley went at like the 2-3 turn, and I was hammering Calvin Ridley on the Jags. And I really liked him
Hmm.
as a player. And he had like a fine season. It wasn't terrible, but it was like, oh, I thought Calvin Ridley was going to be so much more
Yeah.
coming back.
Gambling steals another soul from us.
Poor guy. Maybe he'll rip some eliminators with us.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny. Yeah, I kind of just want to click Fat Frymuth here. I think there's a big difference between him and any
Do
of the
it.
tight ends last. Yeah.
Do it. I'm unfortunately also a Charlie Kolar slappy, but that's for 20
Mm,
rounds. That's not for 18 usually.
yeah, I think I've drafted Charlie Kolar once, I believe.
I also think Tanjus is
Correct.
fun in the Eliminator. I flicked him
I
once or
agree.
twice.
I agree. Just because I'm of the belief that despite everything that the Niners are telling me, that George Kittle's not coming back week one and probably not coming back for a while into the season.
Yeah. I keep reading the quotes that people are aggregating where it's like the Niners say that Kittle's on track and there's some speculation about week one, but like those are separate things. Like he's on track with his Achilles recovery, I think.
Hmm.
But I don't think that means he's on track to play week one. I think it's
Yes,
very different things.
I agree. Uh, Lots can go wrong, Mr. Doctor Evil. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. Just wanted to highlight that real quick. But yeah, I think this last one has to be a receiver in my mind because this is very uncomfortable wide receiver room, which is a weird thing to say in the Eliminator. I'm usually any wide
I wonder
receiver
if
room.
Taekwon's gone. I kind of like
Yeah,
Taekwon.
Taekwon's gone. Gone. I have him pretty
Um,
highly ranked.
Noel is some guy I'm clicking a bunch of.
I think he went. Oh no, he didn't. Great.
He never
Take it.
goes in these. I got 24%. I might have all of the Jalen Noel in the contest.
Yeah, I've been liking taking Noel just as like balancing the fact that I was taking a ton of tank earlier, and I'm like I need to probably pump the brakes on that a little bit with all the reporting that's been going on with that. I don't know. I'm a little bit skeeved by people saying that Tank Dell is going to be the wide receiver 5, and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I love Tank, but man, that is so like such a brutal injury. I'd love him to like just go out there, prove me wrong, but I'm loading up on Noel, and it's because I think Jalen Noel is like really good at football. It's not even just like a Tank Dell thing.
Hmm.
It's like Josh Downs. It's like this guy can in like five like last year went out there on like these five target games. He's mossing guys. He's
Hmm.
like 5'9". He's like Josh Downsy. I have a type, but
Hey,
he
nothing
can
wrong with that.
play. He could play.
Yeah, he can play. Like I didn't watch him a ton, but when I did, I was pretty happy with how he looked. But that is all that to say, he is not Tank Dell. Tank Dell, when I watched him play, is like, oh man,
Man.
oh man.
Also,
I'm
one
gonna be
thing was
ripping.
like,
I was just
sorry.
gonna say I'm gonna be ripping another one. Do you want to stay around for another draft, or do you want to like finish the
Yeah,
conversation and head out?
if you'll have me, I'm
Yeah,
down
let's
to
do it.
just shoot the shit. The thing about Dell too is like he played so much outside as a rookie. Like he wasn't really a slot option that year.
Hmm.
And it's like, I mean, I think Jaden Higgins is good, but if Tank's gonna rotate outside every now and then and like relegate the Xavier Hutchinsons of it all,
Yeah.
still fun.
Yep. Still could be. Even as a pick in that range, if you get 1 week of 3 for
Mhm.
105 and one, like that feels. You know what? Even if that comes in week 7, like you know what, we'll take it.
What the hell,
One
sure.
usable week from it from my 18th round pick. There were worse things in the world.
Yeah, like I'll sit there like contemplating my 18th round pick for like, ooh, it's really gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. I'll think about that pick harder than the third round pick, and it's like,
Yeah, it's just because there's so many options there. It's which makes it so much easier to just like think about it and like just be like tortured about this pick.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, you're hoping that it gives you one usable week. That would be a great success. Like a one good week would be a success. Multiple usable weeks would be a success, and it's almost never going to uh make or break your season.
Like
Yeah,
entirely.
I should get you into the title on this. Give me one second.
I plugged it in the Pounders Discord too, where I got some folks like Zero. Shout out to Zero.
Mhm. Yeah, there we go. The Pounders Discord. What is the Pounders Discord?
I guess that's kind of a hard sell, but Fantasy Dog Pound. I don't know if you know him.
There
He's
we
an
go.
SPL
Okay.
streamer, but yeah, his Discord we're always popping off in.
Gotcha. I think, yeah, I've I think he's reacted to some of the stuff. First, I think it's out. I've caught a couple of his things. It's crazy how many people there are. Like even before the contest, like that are not associated with it. I'm like, oh my gosh, my YouTube feed just has so many options of people to watch now that it's like I don't know how people keep up with all of it or like even just like find their person just because there's I can probably tell you at least 30 people, if not like closer to 50 people that like do streams or do content in some way in this space. And it's like the audience isn't isn't that big.
It's not as I'm watching because I'm watching all of them. I'm watching like 5 guys a day, supporting everyone. Yeah, I mean
That's good.
but it is really cool that there's like such an engaged niche,
Mhm.
about this. It's like yeah, I told my girlfriend I have to stop playing Fortnite because I'm gonna hop on with Nathaniel and stream Eliminators. But it's like, yeah, man, we're sick, and but it's cool to like see people be sick about this the same way
Mhm.
we are. And then I don't know about you because I've heard people say this, but like it pays dividends in my home leagues. Like I'm running the table on like my college buddies league.
Oh yeah,
My girlfriend and I, the family league, we won that last year. We
there we
2
go.
years ago we had like I think we had CMC during the disaster year and we still got like second. It was
Yeah, no, it definitely does help a lot for the home league stuff just because you like know what players are good and
yeah.
like what an efficient market is taking these players at because man I remember when we were doing the like redraft video just like looking at some of the sleeper ADPs and being like what the heck. I think they had like Jadarian Price in like the like hundreds and I was like this is a joke, this is legitimately a joke. It's part of the reason why we were like oh we need to have like actual people who know what they're doing and not the bots draft because these ADPs are just
Expert draft. That's right.
absurd. Yeah, no, not our best work with that. It was cool like drafting with those people. I will say, just like the live chat in that draft was popping. Let me tell you, Ian Harditz can certainly throw some zingers in a draft
Ian's
chat.
Ian's so funny.
Yeah,
Ian's hilarious.
no, I get another person where it's like, oh wow, this guy is this big huge monolith and is also just like an absolute zinger machine.
He's so good. I love Rotopat for his zingers. I don't even see him that
Hmm.
much of his content, but he's so funny. Him and Denny, hilarious.
Yeah, no, we got jokesters in this space.
Hmm.
Is this correct?
We'll
Is
see. I do
Mr.
want
Zero
comp.
correct? Good.
Zero's probably right. Um, it's fine. The rest of the pod, zero's pretty sharp. I will say, me and him. I've been the wide receiver guy. He's good. He's good with the running backs. So this year we're
Uh-huh.
collabing, and
Oh,
so we're gonna ship different contests. That's the plan.
that's the goal.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So which one of you is trying to ship the Eliminator? That's the real
That's
worry.
gonna be me, but we can both get out of this pod, which is nice.
Good. 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 Good.
We'll see him later down the line, maybe.
Yeah. Another. That was something I didn't get in my Eliminators last year's. I did not like go up against a single like notable person throughout pretty much the entire draft, throughout the entire contest. I think I went up against Purple Yosh like early in the contest before I like knew who he was really, but I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that's a funny name.
I mean there's a couple guys from like the Fantasy Dog Pound Discord that I beat. Like I had slain on my way up.
Holding their pelts.
Just like yeah. And I'm chatting shit about it too.
Oh yeah, I mean you
Nick
got it.
Pocket crushed him. 60-point difference. Not your contest, buddy.
Draft better. That's all
Just draft better. Just draft better. And then like I was on I don't know if you know Patrick Donovan, the guy who does BBM DB.
Yeah.
Like I was on all of those like early leaderboards of like most amount of teams remaining
Hmm.
for weeks. And then it all came crashing down.
Yeah, no, I had the opposite thing. I got like absolutely decimated in the early goings, and then I had just like one team just like win, 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 like where it was my only team for like 7 or 8 weeks straight. And I'm like, ah, yes.
Well, that's nice.
I mean, it's very, very different feelings. Let me tell you that. Oh, so we're right next to Mr. Zero. That's worrying. And then, is it very clear who Doctor Evil is?
Oh yeah, it is.
Yes, yes, it is.
Oh,
very,
and
very
Jazz
clear.
Michael Michelson. I know that name. I don't remember what
That
from.
is
I think Twitter.
that is. I mean, it's a goated name. I love the names that like force the underdog boxes to become
To
bigger.
widen.
Get the big boy boxes.
That's that influencer 112. We're fucked.
Oh, I hate the 112 in this contest. I'm like, give me literally any other draft spot and I'll be happier.
And all right, what's Zero gonna do at 3?
Is he gonna pick Ashton GT because that's the cool kids move that everyone's doing.
That is the
Picking
cool
Ashton
kids
GT at
move.
3.
I'm never pulling Ashton Genty up to the top half of the board. I'm so sorry.
No, I will never do that either.
Puka's great.
Yeah, great.
Point scorer, target earner.
I mean, it's hard to go wrong drafting in the first round. Like the only strong stand I have in the first round is my Jonathan Taylor rank. I think everything else is
As
pretty much
low,
in low.
yeah.
Yes, as low.
Especially for this format, I think week 1, Dimes Achilles, Pierce maybe isn't there. They're playing my Ravens. Like, I don't know if it'll be a great JT game.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways the JT thing goes wrong. I think like it can go wrong because the Colts offense isn't as good as it was last year as a whole. It can go wrong because we have the like Saquon thing happen where it's just like he's not really worse, but he like just falls into fewer touchdowns and like fewer of these like monster 3 TD games. Like more
He
touchdowns
was
could have won.
so good at those. He was so unreal at those. Like,
Exactly, and he was great in when it happened. In 24, I think it was. Is it 24 or 23? He had like the monster season, had a down year, and then sort of goes back to it again this last year. And now we're sitting there like, I'm at least like, I don't think he's going to do that again. I think it's much more likely that touchdown regression hits, and he is, goes back to being a serviceable, good player, but not worthy of the 1.6.
we'll see. I will say, like with the first 2 rounds, especially, I've learned to have more humility with my best ball picks. I'm big into like the idea of legendary upside and understanding those profiles, but that is so much better for redraft than like best ball. Where I mean, Eliminator again, I think is like, yeah, you stand 10 toes down on these guys, but like in best ball, Saquon last year had a good playoff run. JT didn't, and it's like these guys at the top part of the board can all kill you in a certain week. I was a huge Chase Brown hater, and it looked really good for 11 weeks. And then Chase Brown ended up being a pretty good pick.
Yeah, I think I'm much more comfortable fading people in the top rounds. I'm not comfortable being like what some people are doing at Ashton GT and be like, this is my guy. I'm getting him in every draft, like driving that. I'm okay with having 12% of 8, or having 10% of 10 guys in round 1 instead of having 8% of 12. Like I'm much more okay with that. So this is the spot where do we over-index on buys or not? Is it over-indexing on buys to not take Drake London?
Like maybe, but I kind of like Nico more in general. But
I mean,
fuck
if we
the
just want
buys.
to take Nico,
Just go London.
because
Just go London. Oh, Nico it is.
Nico, I'm like, if we like Nico better, there's no reason not to just take Nico. Like,
right.
And I like Nico as well. I think Nico and London for me are pretty equivalent. So if we think that Nico is even slightly better, don't worry about the buy problem. Don't make problems that don't exist.
Exactly. You're always saying that. It's a classic Nathaniel Wright.
That's a classic.
Wise man once said.
So what is your thoughts on Love in this contest?
I have no idea. I was going to ask you.
Okay, great.
I think he's all right. We got to make our pick first.
Yeah, make our pick, and then we'll talk about Love. Ew.
I think Kyron. I think he just. Oh God. Yeah. Rams are good again.
Sure.
Maybe.
I can.
How do you feel about McBride? Because I saw you queued him up there.
I've been trying to get my exposure down to McBride obviously not helping my case by starting him up there. I think the elite tight ends here, if you build correctly, can be useful assets, but I think that a lot of people just don't build elite tight end teams correctly. Like
Mhm.
I want to be doing like Trey McBride with Juwan Johnson at the top end.
Well,
And
sometimes you have to pick players you don't like too. So
correct. But like Strange, Sadiq, uh or lower. Like even just having him with just him and Dulcich or just him and Terrence Ferguson is where I think uh where you can take advantage of him actually, because for him to pay off that price tag, he needs to not only like score like the tight end one, but needs to be relatively consistent doing so.
yeah,
And I think people are just drafting scared when they're drafting elite tight ends a lot of times. Like we can index on the McBride and the Bowers drafters and see if they do that or not. I think some people are also insane in the other direction. I had a guy that took just Trey McBride in a draft earlier, which I'm like, I don't know about that.
week 14 buy if you're gonna make that investment account. Like I don't hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say that it can't be good. I just think that taking like knowing that you're taking a zero in any week, including week 14, just sucks. Like, are you really so confident that you're going to get points out of your last round pick more than you were confident that your last round pick is at least going to have some amount of points? Like, if you're
It's gonna play
picking out a
football in
last,
week 14. Yeah.
yeah, like, are you like? I'm pretty sure I can go to a last round pick. I'm pretty sure Charlie Kolar is going to be playing week football in week 14. I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sure
he's
Colby
gonna have
Parkinson.
19 points in week 14.
Yeah, like even like Darnell Washington, Michael Mayer. Like I'm just getting a guy that has the opportunity to like just have a random breakout game in Michael Mayer,
Mhm.
for instance. But I'm also is reasonably confident will score me 4 points in week
I,
14, and that could be the difference.
yeah, I do think it's unnecessarily fragile, but I don't think it's like you can play a little suboptimally or a little fragile and win these
Oh yeah.
things too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's that yeah, that's sort of what I want to say where it's like it's not my favorite thing, but it obviously can win. It can be
Hmm.
the thing that works out. Ah, the joys of running back in the Eliminator.
The joys of running back.
Okay, so we're at least getting the option to take a guy that's not absurd here. But I'm not even sure that I want to. Okay. I am now more sure that I want to take a running back. Lad was who I would not take a running back for.
Yeah, same. Bucky for the buy, maybe. I don't know.
Hey, and you get that week 17 correlation with
Oh,
the
look at
Rams.
that. Chipping with it.
It's I've talked about this before. I think it's so funny how when you're using the psychic for the eliminator, it still shows the week 17 correlation. Like it's
It's
gonna fucking matter.
important. You've got to place top. You've got to place number one if you want to play big. Like
That's true.
if you want week 17 correlating in the eliminator, just go home.
That's true. That's true. You will be going home.
Ancient
Like most of
Chinese
us,
proverb.
Yeah, I am not loving this two holes draft. But
Yeah.
we're back. Oh,
Oh, Zero went Waddle. Zero knows I love Waddle.
yeah, and I really don't want to take Adams here with
Me
everything we've already
neither.
indexed there. Can I sell you on Lamar?
Oh, of course you can. You can also
Great.
just queue them up, and then they're going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, that's. I've been hearing so much about the new offensive coordinator. No, they have
Doyle,
not.
man.
They have not patched fifth round Waddle. I
They
I, I
haven't.
love him as well.
I'm going to have
But
so
yes,
much Jalen Waddle this year.
yeah, no, it's going to be bad. It is going to be legitimately worrying how much Jalen Waddle I have. But yeah, so as a Ravens fan, do you have any intel scoop on this wonder kid offensive genius that y'all apparently have?
Yeah, I mean, the more I hear about him, the more I like it. It's like
Mhm.
it's all this stuff about there's going to be more play action. I didn't even like Elijah Surratt as a prospect. I thought he kind of stunk and he needed a very hyper cater role. But then they draft him, and then Doyle's talking about like, yeah, we'll use him as a big slot, which is like the hyper catered role that I thought he might be really good in.
Mhm.
Um, like there's a vision for Lane who I didn't like as a prospect, and it's just a lot of sharp stuff. I was looking at oh god, it's Ryan something, Ryan P something, but he's like a former NFL director of analytics or something. Like he was big in the space, and he was looking at some of the play action shot rates and just like play action stuff, and like Ben Johnson in Chicago made them skyrocket that kind of like play action explosive rate. And I think that's exactly what like Lamar can go out there and do. And so it's that stuff. It's the personnel movement. It's like more 11, more modern offense with frankly like one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Mhm.
Let him cook a little more. It's more freedom. I'm hearing like Lamar gets to call the protections more than he ever did before. Things like that. Like Lamar Jackson's really good at football. He had a bad year last year, but he's really good at football.
Yeah. No, I'm not always big on the elite quarterback train. Like I will be drafting 0 Josh Allen, and I would be drafting
Oh,
0 Lamar
absolutely.
at if it was Josh Allen price. Let me tell you. But I don't know. There's something about the price and the ceiling combo on Lamar that just makes me keep coming back. Yeah, I don't want to take another quarterback here,
No, I don't think so.
despite my rankings
I
saying
think
that.
Warren's fine.
Great. Yeah, 'cause I think Warren's another person that can benefit if this Alec Pierce stuff
Mhm.
goes the way that I think it's going to go. And I I just remember I think my thoughts on Warren may be over-indexed on hearing that he apparently is being put in this like Taysom Hill, like having some Taysom Hill esque workload, and I'm like, ooh, wow, he's gonna be running for touchdowns. It's gonna be great.
Oh, he
Which
did that in college, though. He did that at
he
Penn
did,
State.
he did. And it's like it's not coming out of nowhere. It's not like completely crazy. It is a little bit of what you call it. It's a little bit of optimistic thought process, perhaps, but it is not like it's not crazy.
It's
I'm
not
not
great where
crazy.
there's smoke. I'm not crazy, I swear. Tyler Warren's gonna run so much when Jonathan Taylor's on this team. I swear.
It's gonna be great.
What do you like
Oh,
here?
I could do Metcalf or Dobbins. Those are the two people that I am in on. My Tyson rank is outdated.
Metcalf feels good.
Great. Yeah, we're gonna be. This is gonna be an interesting draft because we are going to be in the shitter at running back. So like trying to actually figure out
Yeah, getting points.
how to do this is gonna be a fun little challenge. I like these drafts more than the drafts where you're just like sitting and feeling comfortable. I think those comfortable drafts generally feel better and might perform better, but I think this is a little fun puzzle solving exercise.
We'll see, man. Justice Hill, Samaje P. Ryan, they're hanging around. They'll catch some balls.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get dusty.
Hey, and we can also like there's some targets in these middle rounds, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can still end up with like five backs that you feel will touch the football a good amount. It's not
Mhm.
gonna be exquisite, but it's not gonna be terrible.
So, 0. Do you love Josh Allen or do you love Josh Allen at cost? Those are two different things. Because I can love Josh Allen and say that he's a phenomenal football player. There was actually one of my friends that I was in my most recent contract with. This is a complete non sequitur, but I think it's really funny. Uh, the girls were all talking in the girls' dressing room about like uh, football players because I was talking about some so you think you can tout stuff, and apparently the one person was like not into football but was like, oh man, there's this really hot quarterback that I think is really really cool. And they just like kept on guessing, your stereotypical hot quarterbacks, your Joe Burrows, your Jimmy Garoppolo's, and it took them no joke like 15 minutes to land on Josh Allen. And I'm like, yeah, how do you how c- obviously I'm not this is not something I have an expert opinion on, but I do not think Josh Allen is particularly hot. That is not something that comes to my mind when I think Josh Allen.
I think that I see the appeal though. He's like kind of cutesy, and he's also like 6'5". And
It's like that
like
SNL bit that is like, yeah, but he's 6'4".
yeah, but he's 6'4". Yeah. Like and I like Josh Allen. I think he's an incredibly talented football player. I will not be drafting any of him at this cost. But like he's good at football. I know Zero also said something about Zay red zone targets, and like I kind of buy it a little bit. Like
Yeah,
for Zay Flowers,
we're gonna get targets there. We gotta look
we
here.
gotta
Do you
we
want to
gotta
just take
take
Downs again?
Rashad White.
Oh no.
I think the sidekick's right. We
Sure.
gotta just take some of these running backs.
We'll take Rashad White. That's fine.
Yeah, pick 93 Rashad White. What could go wrong?
Literally nothing could go wrong.
Literally nothing.
True.
That's
That's fair.
that's great in my points per positive advance rate for the past 5 years leagues. But
I mean,
no.
I mean, you can say if he has a positive advance rate and has the ceiling that we are expecting him to have, then it's hard to say that he is a bad pick.
No,
However, I'm going to look at the 2v2s and I'm going to be reassured that my Josh Allen hate is correct. I guarantee you. How dare he take Joshua Downs? But that does open up the avenue for
Show me Dusty Aaron Jones. I have so much
Dusty
Aaron
Aaron.
Jones.
It's so good. I love him so much. He is the savior of my teams that are uncomfortable at running back.
And I love to do that. I mean, but like look at this running back room. It's guys who can get 15 touches week 1 if things break right. I don't know.
Like this is the sort of running back room where I'm probably going to want 6 people with a couple of guys tacked up at the end that are
Definitely.
more these upside guys. Like, getting your, I think Emmanuel Wilson fits this profile. I
Kalani
think like
Wilson, yeah.
Jaden Blue. I don't think I think Halani's the wrong type of back for this room. Like, because Halani, I think, is more of a bet on getting some production early and like helping you through. I think the way that we built this, we're going to
You
have
want to
we have
charge
better
this
backs
up.
that can have some production early. But I want backs that, if Aaron Jones gets injured, likely, or if Rashad White is bad, likely,
Yeah.
can step in week 8, week 9, week 10. Lad plus May versus Josh and Rowe. Yes, Lad and May I think is projected to score. Like Lad I think is probably projected to score 30 to 40 more points over the course of the season than Rome, at least, maybe closer to 50 or 60. And I think Josh versus May is like 20. Like I feel very confident in the Lad plus May versus Josh and Rome. Same with Josh versus BGJ and Tet versus Daniels. Like I don't know.
He's not wrong. Like it is those 2v2s when you hit on the guy and when you hit on the guy in like round 6 that can be the round 3 guy. Like
I guess the real
it's not
question is
crazy.
like the actual like great 1-for-1 comparison for this draft is: would you prefer Josh Allen and Jaden Waddle or Devonta Smith and Lamar Jackson?
Like that's hard. Like that's actually I think that's hard. And I think I'd probably go. I'm gonna go Lamar because I'm a Ravens fan, but like from a fantasy standpoint, that is tough. I do think that Josh Allen is like a suboptimal pick, but again, that can win. That can just be what you need. Josh Allen's the guy that goes for 45 in more traditional contests, week 17. Like that's it.
Yeah. And I think if you build around Josh Allen, like I think the person who took Josh Allen here is building around him incorrectly. Like the 9th round is way too early to be taking your second quarterback if you're just saying that Josh Allen is my guy and is going to gap the quarterback position by 50 points. Like you can't also be taking Jared Goff in the 9th round. Like you just can't be doing it. Like
That running back room also feels pretty bad for the Eliminator. Tootin, Warren, Ramondre.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel great. I don't think it's awful. Are we running out of quarterbacks? Have we already ran out of quarterbacks? Kind of.
Nah.
That's a later problem. I don't know if I want to take Fannin here. I think that's a little bit too many guys at tight end already.
I don't know if it is. If he's just
okay
playing for the flex.
Yeah.
117.
It is quite a fall on him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love loading up at tight end, but like when the room gives you like Fannon's gonna outproject. If you like Fannin, I don't even like Fannin that much, but if you think he's gonna outproject these guys, it's like it's fine if he does it at tight end.
Yeah, I guess I don't really have strong feelings about who's gonna score more points between like Khalil Shakir, Romeo Dobbs, and Harold Fannin. So Yeah, and I think the good thing about this is I am now comfortable not taking another tight end the rest of this draft.
The really good thing about it is we have week 17 correlation between Tyler Warren and Harold Fannin.
That's true.
I think it's Shakir.
Yeah, I have so much Shakir.
Me too. Team scores touchdowns. Team
Team
scores a
does.
lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't know. I am a little bit. Aren't you worried about the like tight rib surgery and him being a little bit of an older player? But team scores touchdowns, and I don't think you need good players around Josh Allen.
You really do not.
No, it is not. It is not. It is not fun at all.
Yeah, I'm right in this very specific niche way where Shakir's a smash and Josh Allen is regular. What could go wrong?
I mean, I think that's what I am like. I do think my edge is just being stubborn and being very price sensitive. Like if Josh Allen was even around cheaper, like if I have to take him over, you know, like around this like Bucky range, like I would be super duper in on him. And even if he like starts going, in this like T Higgins, Quinshon Judkins ring, I would have more of him. But it's just, you know, I'm trying to get an edge, and the best way that I know to get edges is to find players that are mispriced, not that are bad. And I think that Josh Allen is just mispriced at the quarterback position. I think I can get those points elsewhere and in other ways.
I think that's eloquently said.
And this is the end of. This is really where what it comes down to is.
Mhm.
I think he's worse than the Eliminator. So,
Yeah, like Josh can go out there and have a good like 26 ball, but if it's not high enough above replacement, you've sunk round 3 and you haven't taken one of those round 6, round 7 quarterbacks, and it's you can get caught up too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is a strange pick that's going to be up here. I think Concepcion is intriguing. Here, I'm also a little bit worried about quarterback. I mean, we have Lamar. Like at the end of the day, if we end
We
up
have
with two
Lamar, we
quarterbacks
have
here,
Stroud, we have Rodgers. I think Casey's good
okay.
if we both
So
like him.
at the end of the day, if we end up with only two quarterbacks on this team, it's going to be okay. Like we can't backdoor into Smith or Mendoza, but we'll get one of Ward, Stroud, Rodgers almost certainly. And if we don't,
Mhm.
we'll we'll adapt and overcome.
That we will. Well, not Stroud.
Can you though? Are you sure about that? Are you sure that Harold Finn is not going to nuke
You might be
for
able to. You might be able to
1,000
get
points?
Fannin's points 6 rounds later.
Who?
I just think if KC's good and Boston's good, you build the boat out of them. Maybe
Okay.
not as much for Harold to, pull up with.
I mean, Harold Vanna like forced his way on to this team with nothing more than the scraps in his pockets. I think we got to take Rodgers here.
Yeah.
Great. Like Harold Vanna like forced this team to care about him and forced his way onto the field. I don't think he's getting displaced even like if what happens on the team. Sorry, I just need to respond to this tight end. So I hope that you have 0% Colston Loveland then. I really hope you have 0% Colston Loveland. Because we saw what happened to Laporta when JMO took a step forward is exactly what is going on in Detroit. In Chicago right now. Can't build the boat out of a tight end? Sure. Yeah,
This is
last
hard
year
because
very different price.
Zero's playing some of the hits of my takes. Like the last year I was not in on Laporta for the same reason because he was too expensive, and it was like Jameson Williams good. If you're Ben Johnson, I think the personnel lends you to building it out of Amon-Ra, JMO. But I don't think Burden's good enough. Like I think you can build the boat out of Colston Loveland. Colston Loveland can play.
I mean, not he played for like 4 games last year. Like there was
4 really good games.
yeah, but
Burden had like 1, and I loved him last year. He's like one of my most drafted guys. But Colston Loveland, top 10 pick, very good at football.
You know who else had 4 really good games last year? Juwan Johnson. You know?
Yeah, if Zero just answered, where do you find Harold Fannon's points later? It's Juwan Johnson. You'd be all over it.
That's probably true. That is probably true. I think the other thing about Fannon's thing is I think he's a better Eliminator pick because his main competition are 2 rookies that we think are good, but we don't know yet. And his production is going to be a little bit front weighted because of that. Because Lord knows we ain't dealing with Jerry Jeudy being Harold Fannin problems.
That's a good point. I hadn't really thought of that through because I love KC so much. I click him in every format.
Yeah, and even like Casey can be really good and still not be super impactful the first 3 weeks of the season.
Oh shit, Dr. Evil Dr. Evil took Juwan Johnson.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is a disaster.
Should we
we should just
push
Venmo
the
him.
plane? Yeah. Can we get any equity in that team?
Yeah. I mean, I think Fannin is minus 200 to outscore any of these guys individually, and I think he would still be minus money that none of these guys outscore Fannin over the course of a season. But I can see how it may be close with some of them. Oh, are we taking Omar Cooper? I think we are. I mean, it's 10x fast ADP.
Yeah.
How am I not taking Omar Cooper?
Yeah, we are taking Omar Cooper.
What the heck is this?
And Gino's gone, right?
Yes.
No. Makes you think.
Perhaps.
Yeah, and there's probably there might be a Brees guy on this side of the board, but I don't think that Garrett Wilson guy is.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, at the end of the day, if we don't get Gino, I'm not gonna cry about it.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Like, this is a perfectly cromulent 2 quarterback room. Like with the reach we did on Rodgers, I may even just be like, you know what? Yeah, push Gino. You can't push him. I kind of like Tank Bigsby here.
I rock with it.
All right, let's do it. I think that Tank Bigsby is like the exact sort of guy that can.
Saquon goes down. This team looks good.
Exactly. Like, and we have a running back room where we don't need him to do anything while Saquon is still up. So have we just decided that Tua is 100% winning the Atlanta job? Like, did I miss a news report? Because I feel like people are acting like he's won the job, and I'm like, Michael Penix is not nothing.
He's not nothing, but he's still like sidelined. Like, he's still hurt, recovering from whatever surgery, and it's just, I think it's like it's the inertia of it.
Okay.
Tua's out there. Tua's playing. People watch Tua. They like how he throws the ball.
That's true. I mean, as long as he doesn't have to throw it, more than 15 yards down the field.
No, or when it gets a little colder. But outside of that, he's looked fantastic in shorts.
That's true. Yes, I mean, it is a. Are we sure that it's going to be a terribly weak division? I mean, from what I've heard, the Panthers' defense is supposed to be a lot better. We're all projecting that the Saints become something that is like actually relevant.
Bucks bounce back.
Bucks bounce back. Like, it could be like, I think it's very reasonable to expect that to be an average-ish division. I think it's time for my boys in the NFC East to be bad for a year. Honestly,
you could see that definitely happen. There's some pretty big downside cases to all of those teams.
Yes, I think that it is time for some NFC least. As much as I am not hoping that happens, that's sort of my prediction right now. Is like you can see how the Giants fall apart. I think it's really easy to see how the Commanders fall apart. Like, even without a Jaden Daniels injury, they didn't look that great last year with Jaden Daniels. Like,
the line, I don't think they've improved that much on. Like,
there's a whole bunch of nonsense that's going on in Philadelphia. Obviously, with AJ Brown leaving.
Yeah, except for Tank Bigsby, who you need this year, especially on this team.
Exactly. You need Tank Bigsby. If you're not leaving the draft of Tank Bigsby, what are you doing?
It's over. Load up another one. Queue up Tank Bigsby.
Push the play.
That's it. That's how you win the Eliminator.
Is you push the play?
You push the play and you have Tank Bigsby in the queue.
Ah, our favorite our favorite wide receiver is climbing to the top of the sidekick again.
I hate it. I hate it so much. He shares a bye with DK Metcalf. We can't possibly take him.
That's true.
Even though there's week 17 correlation.
Um, this doesn't feel great. I
I
kind of
guess
want to take. Go ahead.
I was like, I guess Halani, but if you've got a stronger lean, you like Braylon?
I like Braylon over Halani just for like how they win, sort
Mm-hmm.
of things. Again, like there's a lot of there is a team that Halani is the right pick there. I don't think this is that team. Like, is Halani really going to be breaking uh in over Williams, Irving, White, Jones in the first 7 weeks of the season? I don't think so, and I think he's getting phased out when Charbonnet comes back, which is probably going to be around week 9.
That's a good point.
And I think that Braylon Allen, as much as people like to pretend that Isaiah Davis can be something, I don't buy it.
I don't know if anyone likes to pretend Isaiah Davis could be anything. He's there though. Like
He is there. He is there.
oh wow,
Like,
and we have Jets. We've got Jets team correlation. This team is sick.
that's true. Can I sell you on Tyquan Thornton?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Great. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more adult in the room at receiver. I feel there's no quarterback that I want to take. We're not desperate enough that we can take a Browns quarterback here.
Shooter. No, yeah, I'm not really clicking them.
Yeah, so we're dealing with
pretty well if there ever were a time, but
yeah, I mean, we're betting on Cleveland, but we can bet on Cleveland being good with multiple different quarterbacks, or maybe Dylan Gabriel's the answer.
maybe he is. Leverage in the 1v1 contest. That's what we need.
Exactly. No. Yeah, I'm not as happy with this team as I was. I think our first team, I think, had some unfortunate runouts. I mean, definitely love getting some players I like past ADP, obviously, but
I mean, it's got its values. It's got its that's what it's got.
yeah, it's got some values. It's got some players that I like, some players I don't. I think so far it's a slightly below average team, which some of your teams are going to be below average. That's just how life is.
It's going to look great when Tyler Warren rises another round after Alec Pierce hits the pup. It's going to look great when Tyquan Thornton looks amazing in preseason and then rests with the starters. And it's going to look great when Tank Bigsby's the guy you need.
Yep.
Hard to argue with that.
It's going to look great when the Cleveland Browns are the number 1 offense in the NFL.
It's going to be pretty freaking sick then.
Yeah. Sorry. Let's pull this up because this is something I have strong opinions on. Where I think I have strong opinions that Kamara's a reasonable pick. I don't think he's a great pick, but I think
really strong. That's a lot of conviction.
I'm very confident that he is a reasonable pick, but I'm not confident that he's good.
I'm extremely confident that he's a player on the board that you can select in a variety of rounds.
That's true.
Without a doubt, he is someone that you can click on underdog.com and put on your team. I will stand by that.
It's kind of actually the opposite. Like, I don't really think he's gonna have any meaningful work off of ETN. I just think that he can have 20% of the touches and have some balls, score some, be one of those Dylan Sampson-esque guys at the beginning of the season that is, goes 4 for 24 and a quarter of a touchdown, and you're like, okay, this is fine. It's points. Sweet. I need points.
Yeah.
But ETN's not really going to be getting there off of little dink and dunk receptions anyway, and we're not projecting him to have a real third down role like he didn't in Jacksonville. It's not going to be a big difference in his projection, is my thought.
SYTYCT wanting receiver here is interesting.
I agree. I'm not opposed to giving it a receiver, mainly because I'm just not.
That's it. We shipped.
We found it.
That's it.
We
We
found
won.
the lever to make this team great.
We won the game. Oh, and get this, week 17, Taekwon Thornton, Charlie Kolar. Book it.
If we make it to week 17, we gotta have contributions from Taekwon Thornton and Charlie Kolar on this team.
That's what's gonna win this team the 200 grand.
Yes, sir. Well, I think that's gonna be the last one for me tonight. I've greatly enjoyed this, so I'm glad that you were able to come on. This was an
Super
absolute blast,
appreciate
man.
you having me on. This has been a great time.
Great. So, well, hopefully we'll have you on again sometime in the future. Maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah,
We're
just
back.
let me know. Let me know if you need my Venmo, my PayPal, anything for the 100 grand on that last team.
Yeah, absolutely.
We won it.
When it happens, I'll reach out. Don't you worry.
It'll be a great time. It'll be a great time. All right, appreciate you having me on.
All right. Well, that's gonna be all for us tonight. Have a good night, guys. It's been good seeing you in the chat, and we will see you tomorrow. And click that button.